of all players. Our Liberian Rooster got one of all players. Our Liberian people, we choose success. Our Liberian people, we choose success.
That's Chris Walker Of course, Chris is the vice president of the Sports Writers Association. He's also the sports editor there at Liberia's leading newspaper, Front Page Africa. He is an award-winning journalist at that. And so my name is Trojan Kiazulu. And of course, the both of us are here tonight. And I'll tell you exactly why we are here, but let me bring in Chris. Good evening.
Hey, good evening, Trojan. And it's a pleasure of being back here. And like you said, this is the premium platform for sports reporting and talk show hosts when it comes to sporting activities into your sports wherever you're watching. It's the best place you can get all of the best in Liberian sports, whether football, basketball, kickball, volleyball, and what I feel once it comes to sports, we bring it to you at your doorstep on your mobile phone, wheresoever you are traveling. So we are here to discuss, like you said, keep the best for the last, but we are here to discuss. So Liberia will be taking on Djibouti on tomorrow, and we have some fascinating panelists that will share their thoughts on the game tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks a lot, Chris. Of course, we will continue the second leg build-up. We want to call it that. We did the first leg build-up when Liberia took on Djibouti. Of course, it was an away match since Liberia was playing in Djibouti's home, this time in Morocco, because of the ban FIFA has, because the stadium in Djibouti is not up to standard. But we did beat them in Marrakech, Morocco 2-0. There was a build-up before that match. And of course, the second leg takes place in about 20 hours from now. So under 24 hours, we will be taking on the Djiboutians. And strangely, people are saying DJ Booty. DJ Booty.
You know, that's the thing when it comes to pronunciation. Once people are not familiar with certain words, they want to break it down into syllables. So it's like someone saying Alif Banjo. So they want to put it in syllables. So it's DJ Booty.
Yeah, DJ.
No, but it's Djibouti on a very serious note. And I think from the first leg, we saw some classical football from the home side, but with 2 goals. I think goals we deserve, because the first goal was a penalty converted by Mo Sangari. The second goal, a brilliant crack by Murphy Oscar Tole. I think it was the best way for him to announce himself as captain of the national team.
Okay, and so, so tonight we'll be continuing the build-up to the second leg. Liberia takes a 2-goal advantage at home here, of course. So we will need a draw, but the Djiboutians have said through their coach today in a press conference that they're here for the win. Of course, he said Lone Star winning them in Marrakech, they play better, and he wasn't wrong. They had a better possession of the ball and all of that. We won, which is the most important thing. But then he said, I specifically asked him that, you conceded 2 goals. We whipped you 5-0 the last time you were in Liberia. You've conceded in total 7 goals against Liberia. You've not managed to score 1. What gives you that motivation that you're going to come here to win? And he said it was a mistake that we scored 2 goals on them. And so tomorrow they're here for the win. All right. Okay, so we're going to be bringing in, like Chris said, some analysts who are going to be familiar people within sports, football for that matter. So when we're taking a short break, when we come back, of course, we'll be introducing and bringing in our guest this evening for us to discuss a bit up to the second leg of Liberia versus Djibouti in the CAF preliminary qualifiers for 2025. We'll take this short break. We'll be right back.
I want Liberian Rooster, wonderful players. I want Liberian Rooster, got wonderful players. I want Liberian people, we choose success. I want Liberian people, we choose success. Yeah. Play on, play.
Our Liberian people, we choose success. Our Liberian people, we choose success. Wherever you play, wherever you go, the Liberian people, we choose victory, victory, victory. Victory, looks like it was victory. Looks like it was victory.
Okay, welcome back. This is Sports Talk right here on Intel Sports with me, Trojan, and Chris this evening. All right, so our panelists of discussants this evening, we have veteran sports reporter. You all know her, of course, Martina Brooks. She's been one female giantess, if you may, in reporting sports in and outside of Liberia, because she did not just report sports in Liberia, she also did so
In Sudan.
Southern Sudan. Yeah. So Martina is going to join us tonight on the show. Also joining us is another female, Coach Famata Dean. She played for the senior national team of Liberia, female team. And of course, she is now the coach of the under-20 national team of Liberia. She will also be joining us. Arnold Kennedy, he runs a sports academy called Ken Sport. He's been instrumental in taking some Liberians to the United States, where they are, of course, currently studying and at the same time playing football. They're in various universities and, of course, playing football. Arnold also played for the senior national team once. He's one of our panelists. In fact, he will be joining us very shortly. And then we have former national team captain and, of course, one of Liberia's proudest sons who represented us in South Africa, played for various clubs there, including Mamelodi Sundown. I'm talking about Anthony Slunty Laffor. He will be also joining us this evening and as one of our panelists. So we're going to have a discussion surrounding the game tomorrow and what should we expect as fans, as spectators, if you may, when Liberia takes on Djibouti on tomorrow. Chris.
All right. That's it. I think we have Arnold Kennedy on while our other panelists try to come in.
Okay. So once Arnold is on now, so we can get
Laffor is also on.
Okay.
Good that he is on.
So we'll now bring on Anthony Lafort and Arnold Kennedy. And then we still are waiting Martina Brooks and, of course, Coach Famata Dean to join us. But let's go across and say good evening to Anthony Slotty Lafort. How are you, my man?
I'm okay, Tojen. How are you guys in studio? Anna, what's up, my brother?
What's up? What's up?
I'm okay, bro.
All right. Arnold, I mean, long time, my man. What's up?
Good. I already know children.
Not bad. Of course, we are very happy you guys accepted our invite and you've joined us tonight on the show. I want to start up with Arnold. Arnold, tell us a little bit, how is your Ken Football Academy going? How is it so far?
I mean, it's going pretty good. Over the past years, we've been doing a very great job, with the staff that we have, well-known Rio, Nianti, Tikitaga, who've been doing extremely well, Teddy Hodge, and with the rest of the other guys that are on board, who are able to get up 16 players in the U.S. And so far, we got one of them who got drafted, and before he got drafted, he earned a degree in psychologist.
Okay.
He's a degree holder and also playing in the MLS right now currently.
That's great.
So, Anna, why you decided going into not taking players to Europe, you have things in Sweden or Switzerland, but you decide that players should go to the US and play football in school and before going to the major league. There are people in Liberia who says you are taking the young talents from Liberia who should be playing active football in Europe and coming back to the national team. The national team.
Yeah, everybody have their point of view. People can say what they want. Everybody is entitled to their opinion and what they feel and what they think. The reason why I took this route, it was because of the way Liberians in general look at we as a footballer to not be educated. That's how they classify us. I mean, everybody knows that as a footballer, they feel like we grown up. We don't know nothing. We're not educated. Football is a grown up sport. So I just try to change the mindset of the people of Liberian and stuff to make them to understand that footballers are educated and football is an education by itself. If you play football, what you go through, what you learn, and football also is a short-term goal. What happened after football? There is a life after football. So coming to the US, bringing these guys and over here, making them to earn a degree. And after they earn a degree and stuff, they can transition into being a professional footballer. However, if they doesn't earn a degree right away, they can still transition into becoming a professional footballer, however way they want to live their life. Life got different.
Okay,
that's great.
We also have Martina Brooks live. She will soon be bringing her in also.
Yeah. So let me go to Lafort. Lafort, you've sort of retired now. What are you into? The Liberians are eager to know what is Lafort doing right now.
I think I'm a very private person. I'm into a lot of things. Since I moved back to Liberia, I think some of the former players already, I put them together. We call ourselves Lone Star. We engage in other communities, people that only been hearing our names, I don't know us. And besides football, I think I got a lot of things to do. I also sponsored by DOSBet. I was in Lofa a few weeks ago, so it's about time to give back. And I will also be traveling back to South Africa very soon. Mamelodi Sundowns got a game coming up for the legend we that won the league, the Champions League in 2016. So these are things that I'm looking forward to now.
And that's why I say you're one of Liberia's proudest sons. Okay, Martina Brooks has joined us, so let's bring her in. Martina, you are the queen of SWA, Sports Writers Association of Liberia. So we'd like to say good evening and welcome to Talk Sports.
Good evening, children. Good evening to Chris, is a vice president, and also good evening to my boss, my Kingspo boss, and the legend. Good evening, and children. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, folks, let's go straight into the discussion. Liberia plays tomorrow. We are going up against Djibouti. We won the first leg, 2-0. Second leg is here at home at the SKD Sports Complex. Let's start up with Anthony Laffour. In this particular case, you have had experience before, so has Arnold. So we'll start with you. Tell us what goes through the minds of the players right now. You played the first leg, you won 2-0. You're coming back home to play. I mean, I know there's confidence, but you could be robbed. So exactly tell us what goes through the players' minds. How is the approach to tomorrow's games like from them and the technical staff as well?
Just before we come in, Lanfo, not to forget, he got Liberia lone goal against Djibouti.
The very Djibouti.
In the 56. I think that one goal he actually can really retrospect on. And we are playing Djibouti. It's a nice thing to have him because he experienced this thing before.
And first of all, I would like to congratulate the team and the staff. I think playing away is different from playing home. I think the guys what they did in Morocco, I saw people complaining on Facebook that the team didn't play well. Tojan, what do you want? You want to play well and lose the game, or you want to play bad and get a good result? For me, I just want to say bravo to them. Like you said, now it's home. Is tomorrow going to be a different ball game? You know, I can remember when we went to Djibouti the first time. To beat Djibouti in Djibouti, it wasn't easy. But tomorrow, the pressure going to be hard on the players because they're playing home. You know, Liberians, we want to coach. All the guys that are going to the stadium tomorrow, they're going to coach. They're not going to watch football. We just need to give those coaches a chance. Let the children do what they're supposed to do. And tomorrow, we're going to be victorious no matter what. Those guys that said that the team didn't play well in Morocco, they should say they know nothing about football. I'm happy that we got a coach that knows the system of African football. Going away is a different ball game. To go to Morocco first time, I can still remember the last time we got a result. It was in Guinea-Bissau, right, Martina? Yeah, Martina?
I think on mic it's
so the first time we got a result, it was in Guinea-Bissau. So for me, tomorrow is about time for the children to play good football and entertain us. But the result they got in Morocco, I think it was a fair result. They went there, they defend, they play well, they scored 2 goals. Bravo to them.
Okay, Arnold, you want to comment on this as well?
Yeah, just to add up to what Snoopy said, it's all positive from the win. Nothing else you can look at. If you play football and you follow football, those who look at who deal with football from the highest height and stuff, if you have football knowledge, you will understand that getting a 2-0 win away is not an easy task, most especially to go a whole 90 minutes. People that they are talking from fan perspective. They are talking from just regular people who just watch football perspective. They are not talking from footballer perspective or coaches or agent or scout perspective, so you cannot fault them for what they are saying. They're entitled to it, they're going to talk, but the boys did extremely well, something which we haven't achieved for years, to go away and get a win. As Snoti said, the last time we picked up a win away, I think it was in Guinea-Bissau or probably Sierra Leone. No, Sierra Leone.
Guinea-Bissau.
Yeah, that was the last time. So we have to give these boys them credit. They needed that boost of confidence to come into tomorrow game, feeling good about themselves, feeling confident that we can get the job done to proceed to the next round.
I know. Talking about feeling good about themselves going into tomorrow's match, don't you think complacency will go through the minds of our guys? Because we just, from that training ground of the national team, they look very cool. Don't you think they should be under some pressure? We haven't won at home in a very long time since we won on the tutorship of Butler against Chad.
Yeah, every game had different momentum. It's good for a footballer to feel good, going into a game, feeling confidence and feeling great about themselves. It's good to have that mindset, which is the positive mindset. But with the leg of Oscar Dolly, who showed supremacy with leadership ability, you saw Oscar chasing, the whole entire game. He worked great. It was top notch. You could see the fitness level in him, and if he's a captain and pushing hard and moving around the field, that alone is send a whole different message to the rest of the team on the field, the local players and the other professional that was on board as well. So I think tomorrow is going to be positive as well with Oscar and Samson Due and rest of the guys that we have on board.
Okay, let me bring in Martina Brooks. Martina, how do you look at this? Performance versus result. Which one do you prefer? Where do you stand when it comes to they didn't perform well, either one, or do you reckon with the fact that it is good we win, don't mind the performance?
Well, I think it goes both ways, depending on who's looking. From the fans' perspective, I think they want a good result, but in as much as they want that, they also want to see good football. And from maybe a sports administrator or an athlete or sports journalist who could say it goes, hand in hand. So a good performance will also give you a good result. You can have a very poor performance, but you can also have the linear result. So they both go hand in hand.
What do Liberia need at this point in time? We haven't won for a longer time. We got used to a good style of play on an Ansu Keita. What do you think Liberia need? Good performance or play bad and win the game?
At this point in time, I will speak as a fan. So
Okay.
it's been a long time coming. I haven't really, enjoyed the national team as compared to time past when we had a leg of Lanford, Jebo, and when the team was being coached by Diba and Kelvin. We enjoy, a bit of good football entertainment, all of that. In time past, we have mixture of them, but we haven't gotten the needed results. So from a fan, perspective, I would prefer the result because it's been a long time. It's been almost 22 years. We haven't gone to the AFCON. So whatever happens tomorrow, whether they play good football, attacking football, entertaining football, let's get the win and move to the group stage.
Okay. Has Famata joined us?
Yes.
Okay, so Coach Famata has also joined the crew right here. And so we just like to bring her on and say, welcome to Coach Famata Dean. Good evening and welcome, Coach.
Good evening to everyone. Good evening to the many listeners out there. Thank you for bringing me on board. I appreciate it.
And thanks for accepting our invite as well. Let's come to you, Coach. From a perspective of a coach, you go into this match tomorrow. What do you tell your players? You've won the first leg, 2-0. You're playing at home. Of course, you've not won here for a very long time. Like Chris said, we did see the team practice this evening. There was a bit of complacency with the way they went about the training session and even afterwards. So what do you tell them? Job done or there's still work to be done? What exactly, as a coach, do you tell the players at this moment?
Well, the first thing you need to do as a coach is to work on the mental aspect. Like you spoke about complacency. I think that's where the coach come in and speak about the mental aspect. Winning away 2-0, coming back home does not mean that you have won total. It means that you have to double up. playing against the fans that have been down for so many months or years. This is the time to regain the confidence of the fans. So it means that our team has to put everything in to win the game, to regain the confidence of their team.
Okay, fair enough. Now, Anthony Laffor, and there's a share question to all of you. What do we need to do as both the administrative, the technical side, and players? Liberians have been disappointed over the past time. Like someone mentioned, 22 years. We've now gone to the AFCON finals. The last time we were there was back in when 2002. 2002. All right. So what do we need to do? There's been failures and failures and failures. People are just disappointed at this time to see us even coming from a preliminary qualifiers before getting into the group stage. That itself is kind of demeaning for our standard as Liberian football. What do we need to do now? Everybody working together, the administrative side, the technical side, and the players. There is a shared question. What needs to be done in order to see us qualify for Morocco 2025?
So, Jen, I think football is a business. Football is a big business out there. They need to invest more money into the national team. I think that's the only way we're going to get results. You cannot play petty and you expect to get big results. For me, I think if the youth and sport, the government, is about time that they need to support the Liberia Football Association. Like today, right, I was so happy to see the president of the players, I can remember back then when I was on the national team, whenever we meet my early before a game, we know that we're going to get something. We're going to be happy, to go into a game. But I don't want to get into politics. I don't want to get into football politics and other things like that. But it's about time for the government, the youth and sport to just do more for the football. And now we got a lot of young players. Are we going to look at them for them to shy away from the system again? We need to put money in them.
You talk about putting money into the. Are you saying we need to put money into the league or invest just into the national team?
You have to invest into the national team and also invest into the local league. That's what I said. The government and the youth and sport is about time they cycle around the LFA, because if the LFA, let's say if the national league is not good, we will not get a good national team. And you can see most of those guys are on the national team now. The majority of them are local players. I believe that if we can do more, put more money into our league and into the LFA, I believe that we're going to get a better national team. Look at the Djibouti team now. A few years ago, Djibouti team was not composed like this. I'm telling you, 6-7 years from now, if you see the Djibouti team that play in Morocco, they're going to do better in Africa because they're putting more money into the team.
Okay,
Arnold.
Yeah, I think Smoothie said it right. What I just want to add to it is that we or the players, when people try to invest money, we just need some discipline, self-discipline. You can tell a child, go to bed on time because you got school in the morning, and the alarm clock is being set. You have to be self-disciplined, knowing that as you grow older, you have to be able to wake up yourself, to go to school. So some of these things then come with discipline. Like Snotty said, the government need to invest. Government need to invest. There's got to be an all-around thing, not just one person. When the government is going to invest, as Snotty said, we need coaches in Liberia to demand from players. We need club team to demand from the players. If we get our coaches in Liberia that are going to demand from the player and not sympathize, and understand that this is a business, this is all about getting a needed result, we're going to be good in Africa because we do have the talent to excel, to do better in the world, not just in Africa, but the discipline and stop sympathizing with players, thinking like, this person is a big player, senior player. If we do away with that mindset and start demanding more from coaches, from players in our league, and money is being invested, as Snotty said, I'm pretty much sure we're going to do good.
I want Martina to chip in on this, and I have a different question for Coach Dean. Martina, on this.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear the other panelist call. I went off briefly. I don't know if the question remains the same as to why
Yeah,
the
the
Yes,
question
president.
is the
yes.
same.
Okay,
Or you want me to
so
repeat it?
no, I think everything boils down to support, and I
Okay.
think the support the fans has been really massive throughout the year. You go at the SKB today, Lonsa get defeated, and you hear, stuff from fans that they are disappointed, they won't follow the team. But tomorrow, another game, and you will see the field is full to capacity. So I think the players need to do more. They need to show more commitment, more discipline. It's about the jersey you are wearing. When you wear that jersey, you don't represent just you. You represent an entire country, including your family. So it's like I'm going out there to look for ends meet for my family. So once I get that, my priority is my family. So the players need to show more commitment. The government too needs to, step up when it comes to the kind of support they give to the national team. And I'm glad that the new chief patron of sports has committed himself to that. I followed today and he has shown the players of the government support. And I hope that is done at every level because the thing about development is not just about the national team. It has to start from the grassroots, and I'm glad everyone is doing what they can to support that, including you, the journalists, Ken Sports Academy. They are doing that as well. And you heard Anthony Nafor saying something about what they're doing in the counties and in his personal life. So I think support is key from everyone.
Okay, let me come to Coach Dean. You are a tactician, so we want to ask you some technical question about the game. Before you came on, we were just talking about the team's performance in the first leg. A lot of people criticize the team's performance and say the team didn't play that well, although they got the result. What sort of football do you think Coach Mario Marinica is trying now to instill in his team? Remember when he came, he said, our game here in Liberia was very slow. And that's one question I'll be asking Slotty and Arnold. He said our game was very slow. We saw him practice today. And of course, he tried to put in some paces, on the field. So tell us, how long do you think we're going to see a philosophy coming from Mario Marinica like we saw with Coach Keita a couple of months ago? How long do you think it would take before we see the team play like he wants them to play? Or is it just get on the field, send long balls, of course, get the goals, and that's all?
Coach Famata.
Sorry, I thought the question was.
No, the question is for you.
Okay. Football is not an overnight thing where you expect to just happen. It's a gradual process. It's gonna take a little time where you're gonna see uh, the coach philosophy being taught or being implemented. So right now we're not gonna see what we the fan or the fan out there want to see, like what they want to see the boys playing the ball, doing this, doing that. No, it's a gradual process. So it boils down to the fan that we have to be patient and allow the coach to do his work and see how best that he can implement his philosophy.
And Famata,
Yes.
talking about the coach implementing his philosophy. Trojan talked about his early statement about our game is slow, our players are slow in making decision. So he called 18 local players. What's your view as a coach? Calling
Well,
18 local players to the national team, 6 foreign base.
for me, I think that's a good one. It was very good calling on the first thing is that you have to build a local team. The guys out there, they are already playing on a good coaches. So for the guys here, They need to build up. They need to change the mentality. You spoke about slowness. It also come back to our league. So it means that the coaches that are in our league needs to work along with Coach Mario to see how best these guys can play fast football. He can also share his vision with the coaches out there, and then we all can work and have the same mind and see how best we can fast food the football.
Now, let me come to LaFleur and Arnold, particularly with this particular extending what Chris said. Local players dominate this team. Is this something you think we're going to continue seeing, or is it that the coach had a short time to put a team together and the overseas base players could not be available for him to work with within the space of time he needed, and that's why perhaps he decided to work with the lads that are already here that could easily be gotten, rather than waiting for just 2-3 days before the overseas base players come, and then there's no time to work with them, and then you go into the game. Do you think this is a long-term thing with the more local base players being part of the national team, or do you think over the period of time we're going to see him switch and bring in more foreign players? I mean, foreign base players.
Toji, I think it's a long-term thing. The coach is very smart. The first thing that he did, he wanted to get a very good local-based team, like the coach said. And I don't think he's going to change his philosophy for any other thing. And let me say this, no disrespect to our league coach and other things like that. The coach was right when he said the league is slow. Look at our
When you
defense.
realize that, you learn for. You've been in like bro for some time.
It's not about me playing in the league. The mindset, the mentality is different, bro. It's not about me playing in the league. No disrespect to our league, bro. We got talent. But being slow and being talented is two different things. That's the reason why the coach keeping all those local bases together for them to get that tempo. And it's a good thing for him. It's a good thing for them. Believe me, 2-3 years from now, the only thing that I'm asking the LFA and the youth and sport, they should keep this coach. It shouldn't be after 1 or 2 losses, you're firing him.
You don't think it's still early to be
But
talking about?
LaFleur, you on that technical committee.
No, now we're talking football. I'm not talking about committee now. We're talking football. We have to be honest.
Yeah, but that could be some of your recommendations to the FA that let us keep this coach. Honor Ansu Keita, you are part of the committee that came up with that agreement that let us let Ansu Keita go. So now you can say, let's keep this coach for the next 10 years.
No, listen, we shouldn't. Are you getting me?
Yeah, we're getting you.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes,
go
we're
ahead.
getting you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello. Go ahead, Lanford.
LaFleur, we're getting you. Okay.
Anna, can you just chip in?
Yeah, Arnold just chip in. It seems like LaFleur is having a bit of difficulty.
Yeah, like I said before, and I will say it again, our coaches in the league have to do better. When they are demanding from players, I don't think coaches or coaches that are going to come to Liberia and say our league are slow. Some of the reason why we got good coaches in Liberia, but they are weak at some point of demanding from the players and try to improve themselves as well. Whatever you want to do in life, if you choose to do it and you decide to do it, you got to do it with result. You got to do it to leave a legacy behind. If you want to do it, don't get into it because you see others get into it or because you just want to be there for whatever reason best knowing to yourself. If our coaches are demanding from players and doing the right thing, I don't think that coach Martinica will come to Liberia and say our league are slow. We got to do research. We got to read a lot. We got to study. We got to do other things than watch videos. Coaches then watch video to see games that how football is being played more than the football. We shouldn't be having a slow league because we watching football on the highest level and we're seeing things happening from other African countries around us. These guys are playing fast football and they are playing quality football. Why are we not doing it? We're not doing it because our coaches are not demanding from the players. Like I said, some of this downfall of our players, it comes from our coaches. Our coaches have to be held accountable in a much that we don't have funds, we don't have money to support our league, to support our country. But whatever you want to do and you decide to do it, you are aware that this country do not have money. You are aware that the league do not have money. You are aware that the club team that you're playing for do not have money. And if you want to do it, do it. You got choice. It's your decision to make. And if you decide on it, do it the right way. If not, then something have to be changed. Either the coach or that player that is not giving a result. Because if coaches demand, then you will get result from player. But if you're not demanding, player coming late, player walking on field and doing whatever for whatever reason, going through the emotion, and at the end of the day, you see coaches will throw them in there to play games, and club president demanding for certain players to play their own coaches back. All of these things are wrong. These are the things that make our league and our player not excelling because we got club president.
Okay, Lanford, we see you nodding your head and you went up. Let's hear you.
No, but everything I'm not saying is true. It's true. It comes from the coaches, So until we can put our house in order, that's the only way. Just look at the tempo in Morocco, and you're going to see the tempo tomorrow in those guys. They're going to be a different players because they've been training with those guys. The video analysis guy on the team, I can remember I worked with him when I was with Jomo Cosmos, and he even coached Duty Johnson at Aman Zulu. So all these guys that came to coach the national team, they are all professional guys. So they know exactly what they are doing. We just need to give them time. That's all.
I'm gonna put you guys versus Coach Famata Dean. What you said, and she's going to come in. But before she comes in, I want Martina to look at it from a sporting journalistic perspective. Martina, about what the coach said, the selection of players, more local players compared to foreign-based players, bringing about his philosophy. Do you think there should be a long-term thing, or do you think it's just going to be a short while because he didn't have access, like I said, to the foreign-based players, and he wanted more time with the players before going to this particular match?
I think I will agree with Lanford's earlier section about keeping the coach for a longer time. I think this thing has become a norm in Liberia wherein we expect too much from the coaches and we do not pay keen attention to either the players or the rest of the technical staff or the sports administrators. So also I think it's also good for our own national league where most of the local based players are being used. I think it's something that's very good and is encouraging. And I think if we keep up with this, our national league, will be moving at a different pace. In time past, we have had more foreign-based players being called up, and most time, children, you will agree with me that when those foreign-based players are called up, we hardly use most of them. So what the need of continuing, the same path that others have treaded on. And I love the fact that he has some of these local coaches who are part of his technical team. One is Kevin Sembwe. So Kevin Sembwe has managed the national team before along with James Diba. He has also managed the youth teams. And being a part of the senior team now as one of the assistant coaches, I think is also good. So I will prefer that instead of going back doing what we've been doing with our results, you bring coach, they spend 2 to 4 years, they don't perform or the team don't perform. You sack the coach, you bring on another coach. Why not try this one with this new philosophy of playing fast football, trying to improve the national league by encouraging more local based players on the national team. So we see, even though he has a 2 years contract, but let's see beyond that what happens. Let's the fact
I
that
want to come to.
we went away and
Okay.
beat Djibouti, and we also stand a chance of even defeating them more tomorrow. But I remember when we got a draw and somebody said we're playing Djibouti, the first thing that I said was that Djibouti, they are our babies. So let's see how we do in the group stage.
You think that proof in that first leg they were more composed, they had more domination of the ball, and one may say we were just lucky to get the goals, but our team did not actually convince the fans. But we got the two goals.
We did, but the fans are hungry for more. The fans are opting for, good football in as much as we got a needed win. We did a team to South Africa when we went away. When we came at our home, what did we do? We let the fans down. So now the fans are calling for both. We want good.
Hello. Okay. Martina is having a little trifle with her mom. But let me come to a coach. Coach Famata,
Yes.
With the Lone Stars, they are able to.
there's a
Yes.
glitch. Martina, okay, there's a glitch there with the line from Martina. But let's come to Coach Dean. You
Yes.
heard, yeah, Coach Dean, you heard the guys talking about you're a coach in the league. You currently with War Girls,
Yeah, Wargers,
and
she's
of
doing
course,
a fantastic job.
yeah, and you're doing a great job. You've taken them to the semifinals
Yes, of the
of the
Orange
FA
Cup.
Cup. Tell us, yeah, about your thoughts on this issue about the league, the players being slow, the league is slow, and all of that. Do you consider that as a factor in our local league?
Well, no disrespect to any coach like Anna said or Sunti said. I think the coach has a serious point. We all watch our local league and we see the guys playing. So there's something in football they call analysis. You watch our league, you analyze the game, you see the weakness, and you share it. Our league is very slow in decision making. So, like I said before, the coach can share his idea with us because coaching is not one man thing; it's everybody thing, and then we can see how best we can make our league faster in whatever way possible. But friendly speaking, our league is slow. The women's side is also slow. The men's side are more better than the women's side. The women's side are completely slow. So it's important that we all share this idea and see how best we can fix it. Football nowadays it's a fast game. And seeing it from our side, the coach is right. So we all just need to sit on the drawing board and see how best we can fix it. Whatever we fix from the club, it also affects the national team. If the clubs, we the coaches from the club side, if we work and fix our teams and see how best the league go faster, I think it will be applied with the national team, and then we'll have our league growing.
Okay, Famata, this is a question I'd like to ask you, Arno, and Lamfo. You saw the first leg. What was that good you saw in a Liberian team? And what was that bad that Liberia needs to improve on? Looking at Djibouti team, what's the threat you think they will pose to Liberia on tomorrow?
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the positive attitude from the team, it was great. You saw how we got our first goal, and now you saw the second goal. So it was very important for those boys to go out there to be positive. Like we only sitting in studio, we talking about football, but it's not an easy thing to go away and get a result. Believe me, tomorrow going to be different. They playing home. I know the first 15, 20 minutes, the pressure going to be on them. I've been there, I know. But they just need to be calm. If they get the first goal, we can get 5 tomorrow. But I don't think we should dwell on what happened in Morocco also. It was a different ball game. They went away, a different tactic. They implemented the tactic and they came with a result, bro. I think we should just compliment them and we should celebrate them. And tomorrow
What's the negative you saw in that game?
we should go there and also celebrate.
Arnold.
Yes. The positive about the game that we play in Djibouti was getting an all important win. That was the positive. The negative side of it was that possession wise, it wasn't there. But football, sometimes people play ugly and win. You know, I would tell you if that game was a championship game and we won that game, people would not even look at us not keeping possession. People would not look at that. We'll be celebrating that championship because it's a championship game and we won a trophy. But the fact that it's not a championship game and we got a long road to go, and Liberia went into that game, quality wise, it wasn't showing. There was not much quality possession wise. Keeping the ball, building from the back. I think all of that have to do with personality. The coach are only working, I think, if I'm looking at it from a coaching perspective, I would say that the coach are only working on who he have, the personality of the players that he have on board, and trying to see how best he can even pick up a draw or a win, from that game. And the positive side was getting a win because of the personality that we have on the field, knowing that we get 6 professional among them with a lot of local players, that's why I think the boys were playing the way they're playing, and that's why the coach have to demand whatever that he demand from them and just try to make the boys then implement that, and stuff like that. But one thing I would tell you, tomorrow game is going to be a tough one for us. If we just sit back and see that we already qualify, we're not qualified yet. The boys ain't got to be ready to produce 100% in order for us to go to the group stage.
Famata, let's hear you.
Like every other person have said it, the positive side was the win. And we all were so excited. I agree. The fan wanted to see different kind of football. But every football can come with a different plan. So whatever instruction that was given to the players, they implemented the instruction well and they won. I guess the coach saw all of the mistakes, and then within the few days to the training, he tried to work on all of these mistakes. There were a lot of mistakes. The coach, I'm not coming out here to criticize or to point all of these mistakes.
No need to criticize, but just to tell us what you saw.
I'm not going to do that, but there was a lot of mistakes. And one thing I was thinking on was that it was in a few days that the team was prepared. So we did not expect 100% possession football, like Arnold said. It's a process. But we look forward to seeing a good football tomorrow. I guess for every other thing that was done, the coach has already worked on that. So we'll see something very good, exciting tomorrow for the Liberian people.
Martina? Martina, are you there?
Okay. Yeah, so my
Okay.
good side,
Mm-hmm.
I think the question is good and bad. I actually didn't get to watch the game, but I followed after. The good side is that we got the needed win because winning away is an added advantage to any team that's going for qualification. And the bad side is that most of the ball possession were not in our favor, and I hope we can improve on that tomorrow.
Okay. Let me just read a couple of texts. If you're just joining us, this is Talk Sports on Intel Sports right here. We will read just a couple of texts. Eddie Solari Saplo, of course, he says we need the win first. That's Sharia Abbas. Shona Abbas says he's following. Lauren Omia Bass is also here. And Eddie again says the mistake is we are not taking our chances seriously like we have tomorrow, a big opportunity. All right. Afle is following from Ganta. And of course, Urias Kemu. You won't get both at this current moment. Moreover, the coach has his own philosophy. Mario is not a possession-based coach. He's result-oriented. It's prudent to say that he made it very clear from, I'm sure he wants to say, the unveiling ceremony. All right, Tokyo Dolo, thanks for the presentation, Martina. We want the results tomorrow, and thereafter we can pay attention to the possession game. DJ Sporting, our own DJ Sporting, Ivan, you say Coach Mario's boys picked up a 2-0 away victory, and Liberians appreciate the result. However, the reality here is that they want to see the Lone Star play attractive football moving from ourselves. Okay? No, he said we shouldn't act as if Liberians started playing football yesterday. We need to demand excellence from ourselves. Okay, the comments are fast and thick here. Now, let me ask this general question. If that means all of the panelists can participate. What does a selection of mostly locally based players to the national means to the national league? For example, what sort of competition does it bring to the league? Looking at a coach who, selects basically local players on the national team, does that in any way help the league to improve in terms of competing so that you could be also caught up on the senior national team? Is that going to leak in any way? It's a shared question, though.
Martina, you can start.
Sorry, I was off. I didn't get the question.
Okay, Tojen.
The question again is, okay, Anthony Lafont, just go ahead. Maybe she's going to perhaps.
I think Tojen, I think it's good for the league. And now everybody going to be competitive because as a local player, everybody want to play on the national team. So people are already seeing the green light already to get into the national team. How can you get into the national team? Is by working harder or hard on your team. That's the only way, because Coach Mario said that he don't want lazy player. So the only way you get on the team, except you're strong, you have to work harder than what you are doing now. For me, it's going to help our league in the long run.
Okay.
Anna.
Yeah, just to add up, calling all these local players, it's not a bad thing. But putting 18, just calling 18 at once, I mean, that's the coach and that's how he look at it. I don't think we need to throw these boys in the spotlight, and I don't
think they've been thrown under the bus? You think
better side?
You think they have been thrown under the bus?
For me, I would say yes. From the way I look at it, from my point of view, knowing that we have had our local players, our local team have traveled across Africa for CAF Champions League, and we haven't been doing so good. And calling 18 of them, I think, is a bit too much. To be honest, I would tell you that. We need
maybe probably
few
it's
of them to give
Djibouti.
them experience. Huh?
Probably because we are playing Djibouti, so that's why he called 18.
Yeah, I think, I would say probably so, but I don't think just throwing all of them there at once, is not doing them justice. To be honest, realistically, I would tell you that we're not doing them justice, because we are seeing
How? If you say we're not doing it justice, what do you mean we are not doing it justice?
Looking at past result, it's Djibouti that we are talking about here. Sonati was opportune to play against Djibouti, and they turned out
Then
yes, Sonati was opportune before play against Djibouti. Then now it's different. Djibouti is not a strong side, but you saw the difference from the time Sonati then played into the time now. Their possession, the quality football, their identity was showing, and all that kind of stuff. It's Djibouti. If that thing is because of Djibouti, it's not Sonati then time. It's not the time that we were looking at football. Now it's different. If we just go to that game thinking we already qualified, we're gonna be doing ourselves a harm. We gotta go to that game prepared mentally, physically, and ready to get the job done, because tomorrow the guys didn't have nothing to lose. We have all to lose tomorrow because we won 2-0 away. You know, and football now is not so much about playing away anymore. There is no anything they call away anymore. You know, if you can win away, people can come to your home and beat you as well. We see that happen around the world. That's how football is now. So our boys gotta be mentally prepared. I hope our coaches are installing, you know, the mental side into them, because knowing our player understand, you know, mentally we are weak. That's why you see a lot of us, we are not out there right now currently, because our mental side of the game is not so strong. That's why you see players in the league are not consistent in our local league, because I actually follow the local league. I stay here, I watch the game and stuff like that. You know.
Now, I want to come to the ladies. The gents have answered the question. One person said, Anthony said that I think it will be positive for the league, the selection of locally based players. Of course, Arnold says it's a bit risky to just grab a bunch of them, local players, and just bring them in under the spotlight like this. It might break them down, what have you. So let's hear from the two of you, Coach Famata and Martina. What do you think? The calling of locally based players on the team, is it positive for our league, or is it like Arnold said, throwing them under the bus, putting them under the spotlight too soon? It might, you know, have a negative impact. Talking about the pressure.
Well, can I come in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I think it's positive. It brings a lot of competition right in the league. Then you will have confidence where everybody will want to express himself. They put the players against the wall. They put the players against the wall to do more in the league, because the coach is watching the league. And he could be the next Famata. He could be the next Jean Brun. So for me, it's a positive thing for the coach going in the league and selecting our local players. I just think that's the right thing he do. The right thing he did by recruiting these guys. And the positive side will be like a competition. You've had everybody want to compete, so you put the boys against the wall to do better, to improve themselves, so they can be scouted or selected for the national team.
Okay, Martina.
Mic is
Yeah,
Jeff?
your mic
Okay,
is
I'm
on.
on now. I will 100% agree with Lanford and Famata, and respectfully disagree with Arnold. I don't think it puts anyone under the bus. What it does is that it makes our league more competitive. It makes our players play for more. In time past, they were playing for the team, you know, hoping they become the best player of the team, highest goal scorer. But right now, they're playing for more. Playing one for yourself, you're playing for your club team, you're playing for, you know, prestige, hoping that you will get an award at the end. But you're also playing, you know, to be seen on the national stage. And I think that is every player's dream, to play for the.
We lost
We
her.
lost Martina. Okay, she's back. Nope. Okay, so let's move on. Maybe Martina will join us and then she can end her thoughts. So tomorrow's game at the SKD Sports Complex, President Joseph Joma Boakai, who was the chief patron of sports, met with the team today, gave them some words of encouragement, promised that he's going to be on the field tomorrow to cheer them, to lead the line, if you may. Is this the beginning? Is this what we need? Because past presidents have been going on the field, you know, as former presidents have been going on the field. They've also been meeting with the team. But is this a good start, you guys think, going to the field, the president calling the team a day before the game, as chief patron of sports, promising them that he's going to be there to cheer them on? Is this a good start? Or is it something like in the past we've seen, and then that's just
It's probably just a tradition.
Yeah, just a tradition.
For me, I think it's motivational. like you have a local team and the president is going out to speak to the team. I think it's motivational. It motivates the player to do more and a lot. So it's not only about tradition, but motivation is very key. So it serves as a motivation for the team.
Lafort, Arnold?
I agree with the coach. It's important for the country president to meet the player before a game. But like I said, when I started this whole thing, former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, whenever we get a game day, she don't want to just go and see us. She always do something because it's an extra motivation for you to do more. You cannot just promise, oh, I'm going to watch the game. We're going to watch the game. It's okay, But sometimes I think our leader need to come out and say, look, tomorrow if you guys win, I gave you 20,000. I gave the team 15,000. They're spending the money on other things. And to represent your country is not small thing, especially wearing the flag or the national anthem to play over you. I don't think you can just, as a president, no disrespect, but I think he needed to do more today for the team.
Arnold?
Yeah, I think Lafort is right. I agree on that one, on that part. Absolutely 100% agree. Coming to talk to people is one thing, just giving people talk. Now we got to do action. We want to see action. We just don't want to yet talking because people been talking. Some past presidents, past leaders been talking and stuff like
Arnold,
that.
Arnold, he has promised. Today the minister reiterated that when he announced that the national counting meet, of course, will be starting on the 14th of April, he did say that the president has committed his government to ensuring that whatever the national team needs, of course, they will get.
Yeah, but saying it, then I think the youth and sports, whoever leading our football in Liberia, need to try to reach out so the boys can have a fixed budget to know exactly what they're going to be earning. That going to boost them up to know exactly what they're going to get. Saying whatever is not going to help the situation. The guys that have to reach out, say, all right, let's not. They said 20,000, 15,000 each player. Each player, when you win again, you get 5,000, 3,000. That's a booster right there. And coming there, giving them the pep talk. Anybody can give pep talk. Even me from here, I talk to some of the players. People go there and give pep talk. But we have to be able, these guys that are on top there, that having this money and just spending the money other ways, they got to be able to invest, not just only in the national team, but into our local leagues as well and into grassroots football. We have to invest into football if we want result. Investing only in the national team not going to help us only because the player coming, who next after the guys that leave? So not didn't left. Who are there? Nobody. Now the other guys in there. So we got to be able to develop now, invest into grassroots.
Lafort, you wanted to come in?
When I spoke about my Ellen Jesner, she would come and talk to us before leaving us. She would give us maybe 15, 20,000 to motivate us for the game the next day. That's my point. And like Anna said, anybody can come and talk to the players. But after talking to them, you need to leave something with them to motivate them to know that, okay, somebody was here, the presence was felt. Everybody can promise. The youth and sport minister will never go out there and say different thing. You always protect the government. You understand? So for me today, I believe that maybe tomorrow he's going to do something. You never know. He's our president. We respect everything that he do. But I think today he's supposed to do more. Maybe give those guys 10, 15,000. After winning 2-0 in Djibouti, you only tell them that I'll come and watch the game tomorrow. Guys, let's face it too, bro.
Lafort, talking about that extra motivation, one may say the players themselves need to show they want to win. They want to go to the Nations Cup. They want to go to the World Cup. You play for Liberia at the time. You say, Ellen, for each time the former president visited the team, and she promised or she gave, but yet and still we had that golden opportunity in our hands here against Togo. It's one game I know you don't like to hear about, but you will continue to hear about it. What motivation the players then needed that we couldn't qualify if on Togo on home soil.
My brother, we had everything. We had everything during the Togo game. We were leading Togo 2-0 in Liberia. It's football, things happen, but like I was saying, right? If you come from Djibouti, especially going away, you come back, the first thing that they needed to do was to go to the executive mansion, meet the president. If not, like today they met the president, they're supposed to give them something for winning in Morocco. That's my argument. That's my point. Until we can put our horse in order, not
all of them
on the radio station to say, oh, the president said tomorrow you can't watch the game. The president said this. What are they doing for these guys? They play the people that play football now, the national team player. What it's so sad.
Well, I'm told that they did give them the game bonus, winning bonus today. That's what we were told.
So
but let's.
So, Jan, the winning bonus is coming from the LFA and the Youth in Sport. I'm talking about meeting the president.
Oh, the president's own gesture.
Thank you.
Okay.
So probably he's not knowledgeable to that. Once you have brought that up, maybe in subsequent time he will adjust his protocol to the national team. Okay. So we are running out of time.
But I want to ask this question. Tomorrow we get through, we qualify. All right, group stage. There where the real work begins. Guys, tell us, what do we need to do if we cross this Rubicon tomorrow? We qualified over Djibouti. One leg is already across. We need to just pull the other leg to join the one leg that is across already. And then when we get there, we're into the group stage. Usually we are a failure, a complete failure. So this time around, what do we need to do in order to get there? Morocco 2025. We want to get there. Next year, we want to be in Morocco at all costs. The coach, of course, his contract says he should get us to Morocco 2025. All right, a 2-year deal. He should get us to Morocco 2025. What do we need to do? Well, what do we need to do differently that we've been not doing in order to get there?
Martina, you can start.
Seems like we've lost.
Lanfra?
Hello, Tojan, are you getting me?
Yeah, getting you, Lanfra.
Like I think I said that just need to put more money into sports. That's the only thing that we need now. For tomorrow game, right after tomorrow game, getting into the group stage. Getting into the group stage is another thing. But just for these children, by winning the 2 games, by the grace of God, they need to be compensated. They need something. So that if even they get into the group stage, they may know that we got people protecting us. We don't just, football is not about talking anymore, guys. The government needs to put more money into sports. I saw our budget the other day. It's so sad, bro. It's so sad. A lot of things need to be done in Liberia, especially when it comes to sports. Those guys are running football, the Minister of Youth and Sport, all these guys. I'm on my knees, I'm begging, and they all alone start shouldn't fail. We need them. We cannot just be failing all the time because of no money. They need to put
You think it's only no money we fail?
Say?
You think it is only because there is no money all of the time? When you play, doing George, we are this, that we keep fielding. Is it about no money or putting the right people into places?
My brother, is about no money. The national team bonus been $1,000 from I don't know how many years till now. Are you killing me? No money. It's so sad. It's so sad. And people want the children to perform. You cannot perform. We don't want to get there, bro. Alon, you can come in, bro. I'm getting emotional now.
Oh man. Yeah, Lesson D rightly said, we need to invest. It got to be action now. It's just enough of talking, enough of promises. It got to be action, and the action got to be all around, not just one place. We need action, 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 and action. Enough of just talking and promising and all this kind of stuff. The time that Snotty them were there where it didn't happen. I mean, we had everything in front of her. We had a golden chance for us to qualify. We didn't qualify and stuff like that. Even I was called for that game, but I didn't show up as well. The chances were there. We had all the opportunity to qualify. But football, football is football. You can't dwell on the past. You got to move past the past. The guys then they play well. They give it all. We score goals and we conceded silly goals and stuff like that. These things that happen. I mean, you can't say that the guys then we never wanted to qualify. We ourselves wanted to be in African Cup of Nations because it was something great for our career as well. We wanted to be there. But the fact that we didn't make it and people just feel like to say, oh, it's because of bluff or it's because of this or it's not that. It's just a football game. One of those days where you are up and then you feel like you're already there and then all of a sudden team just make a quick turn. That's what happened in the Togo game because we were overconfident. We felt it was just about over, and we considered, some silly goals last minute. It was a mistake that happened. Not a single player really meant to make that mistake or the intention on that did it. No, it didn't happen that way. It's just football where these things happen and we just got to accept it and move past it. That's all. Once you play the game.
So what do we do going into tomorrow's match?
I mean, going into tomorrow's match, you asking me or the other guys?
Everyone, judging from our past experience, what do we do going into tomorrow's match? Because the Djibouti coach said it was a mistake. They lost away. They are coming. They know the Liberian team to win. So that shows they should not be underestimated. So what
That's
do
a
we
mind
do
game.
tomorrow?
That's a mind game.
Well,
Football is a psychological thing. He's playing the mind game by sending that message out there. If you remember, the civilian coach, that coach, I think Bo Waterside when they played Leska,
Rangers.
Bo Ranger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they play Bo Ranger. You heard what he said. And the South African coach as well. You heard what he said. These guys then come, with a mind game. And psychologically, it affects our players, and they start to think about that, what the coach is saying, and they want to do everything to defeat what the coach stated, But you don't think about what the coach is saying because it's got to do with the mind. It's all about the mind that he's trying to mess with, psychologically mess with our players' head. Hopefully, our coach can be able to understand, and we got a sack person on the team that will be able to install that mental toughness and make the boys to understand that this coach is using a mind game by saying what he said. You boys shouldn't pay that no mind, no attention. Let's go out there and implement our game. We got a game plan. Let's stick with it. To observe the game first, not to rush, even though we're playing home. Let's do exactly what the coach wants us to do. And I think we can come up with the result tomorrow, if possibly.
Martina, but you were active reporting sports when Lamb for Grandpa to squander that opportunity to take Liberia to the Nations Cup. Now we have another opportunity just to go to the group stage. What do you think we can do tomorrow to now have the repeat of what happened years back?
Okay. I think we should focus on a goal, what we want. This is just the preliminaries. We shouldn't, be so excited and be so complacent. Let's focus on the goal. Right now, our goal is to make it to the group stage. When we make it, the next goal is to make it beyond the group stage and qualifying for the actual tournament. And that should be our focus. There should be no room for mistake. I wouldn't say, the likes of Lanford or Jebo, they squander the upper. Like our lead coach, like one of our veteran coaches, would say that it's, you know, basically it breaks anytime, but then it depends on the kind of match we focus on the goal. Let's go out there, defense. Let's go out there and give the team the support. Let's do away with competition and the players. If you forget the people complacent, sometimes you go away, you win a game, and you come fans. I'm going to do this. We thought what happened recently with South Africa. We thought we were a step closer, but what happened? We were let down on our own home soil. So let the players focus, let it be committed to what they were called for, and let's see how best they can bring pride to the nation tomorrow.
Okay, guys, we are running out of time. Let's just go around the table for
All right.
all of you parting comments.
Maybe a word or two of motivation or something you want to tell the players before tomorrow's game.
Ladies before gentlemen.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. Let me firstly say thanks for having me on. Sorry we had internet glitches, but good to be
That's
on
Liberia.
Yeah, next time I know will borrow all his network. Tomorrow we are hungry more than before. Let's go out there because everyone has a part to play. The fans, they too have a part to play. And I know Djibouti too, they are coming, not regarding themselves as underdogs, but the actual fact remains that Liberia is, you know, bigger than Djibouti when it comes to football. We have been there, done that. We have been there though. We haven't done that, but we have been there. They haven't. I think the only big competition they have taken part in is the Sikafa, the one that played among East African countries. That's the only one they haven't been to where Liberia has been. But let's move from, you know, going away, winning, coming back, letting your fans down, and going at the SKG tomorrow again and letting your fans down. Let's go and play for Liberia. Let's go and play for our people. It's the first game after elections. People were divided as a result of the election, but tomorrow, regardless of who is supported, everyone is coming together for a one goal, and that is to cheer the Lone Star to victory and move us into the group stage. We are better, we are bigger, and we can do this. We got it. Thank you.
Coach.
The coaches are.
Okay.
Let's go to Anna.
Yeah, children, before I give my farewell speech, I hope you're carrying that game tomorrow. Because I'm watching when you're like Martina and didn't go on our feed. I'm not saying internet problem.
I'm sure Intel will be going live.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm praying for that. I hope you're doing.
We are working our
thank you guys so much
modalities
for having
what?
us
For
on
that.
board. Yeah, thank you guys so much for having us on board. It's been a great show and great interacting with, you know, people that understand football, people that, you know, play football on the highest level, Martina who travel around, and Famata Dean, and you guys as well. I mean, knowledge was shared and comments were made, and we agreed or disagreed. We just want to, everything was all positively for our team. Nothing in the wrong for these boys and for our national team, because we are all here. We love our country. That's why we did what we did for our country, and that's why we continue to do what we are doing for our country, because we want to see football get better into our country, you know, to be out there. Because in America, yeah, I tell you that the guys, and they put too much muff on people, but like, bro, but anyone lose game, they kill me on this side, you, but I want that. Yeah, but I wish the boys them good luck, you know, I wish them good luck, and hopefully we'll come up with a needed result tomorrow to be in the group stage. Thank you.
Let's hear you, the legend.
First of all, Tojan, for the invitation. Martina, it's a pleasure. Anna, it's a pleasure, bro, and I always want love. Well, I just want to tell the Liberians people tomorrow they should go on the stadium tomorrow and cheer those boys, because it's about time that we celebrate our own. We long been crying for our local players every time. Let's use the local base team. Let's use the local team. We got 18 of them. They coming from every communities. It's about time tomorrow put our hands behind them and go and support them. And I believe in them tomorrow going to be 3-0. Victory, Lone Star victory.
3-0.
Of course.
Okay. All right. That's the thought of Anthony Lafort. Of course, he's a legend when it comes to Liberian football. He's won the CAF Champions League think he's the only Liberian who has achieved.
They won the league with 2 teams in South Africa. He won it with Super Sports. He won it with Mamadou Sonda.
And Lafo,
and he retired at Chipa United.
Your SWA is now deadly. And I understand you want to arrange something.
Yeah, he's still begging.
With beer.
No, seriously, I've been seeing you guys all on the internet with shut people then you see I can play.
We're not happy, you guys.
No problem, bro. I'm not.
Like I said, we write and we teach football.
Okay, folks, that's how I would like to draw the curtains. Thanks to Arnold Kennedy. Thanks to Anthony Lafort. Thanks to Coach Famata Day. And also thanks to Martina Brooks, our own queen, who formed part of tonight's panelist on the show. This has been Talk Sport. We're going to be back here on Wednesday night. Of course, Wednesday night, we'll have the Minister, finally, the Minister of Youth and Sports will be here. Councillor Cole Bangalu will be our guest. Today, he announced that the county meet will be kicking off on the 14th of April. To tell us more about that, government's own support to the national team, the commitment that is, and all of that, we shall be hearing here on Wednesday when Talk Sports on Intel Sports is back. Chris, we had a wonderful show.
I think it was a wonderful show. We hope and look for the best tomorrow when the nation's pride and joy takes on Djibouti tomorrow in that crucial encounter. One may say it's not crucial, but I think it's a crucial encounter once 2 nations meet in a quarterfinal. But we are hoping for the best for the red, white, and blue.
Yes, indeed, we are hoping for the best for the red, white, and blue. We're going to be out there tomorrow supporting the Lone Star of Liberia, reporting and supporting as well. So until we come back on Wednesday, my name is Trojan. Chris Walcott has been here with me. This has been Talk Sports on Intel Sports. Good night.
I want Liberian Lone Star, wonderful players. I want Liberian Lone Star, got wonderful players. I want Liberian people, we choose success. I want Liberian people, we choose success. Yeah. Play on, play.
Our Liberian people, we choose success. Our Liberian people, we choose success. Wherever you play, wherever you go, the Liberian people, we choose victory, victory, victory. Victory, Lusa give us victory. Lusa give us victory. Lusa give us victory. Lusa give us victory. Kaya pepe, kaya pepe, kaya pepe, kaya pepe, kaya pepe, kaya pepe. Sakaea to be a triple champion.